Hi everybody and welcome back. It's another episode of Anchored and we're excited to be with you this Wednesday morning. I know, be honest, you're wondering, is anything gonna explode? And before we get to that, I just want to say good morning and hello to my friend Sue Lee. Hi Sue Lee, I got your picture. I love that you are watching from home, and I love that this is an opportunity that we have to kind of come into the same space at the same time. So let's get anchored. Today I brought some things with me because I would like to play a little game with you. This is a game that I like to call Will It. There's lots of Will It games, and our Will It game today is Will It Sink? Will it sink? So I have some water and I have some items. And what I'm really hoping you will do is play with me. So as I show you what item I'm going to put in the water, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you think it will sink. And I want you to give me a thumbs down if you think, no way, it won't sink. So here we go. The first item I'm going to hold up is this red marble. And my question to you is, will it sink? If you think it will sink, if you think no way, so will it sink? Oh, that really went fast. That definitely sunk. It's right here on the bottom. I know it's hard to see, but the answer to that will it sink was yes. Okay, what else do I have here? I have an itty bitty dime. 10 cents, silver dime. So what do you think? Will it sink? It did. How about this? I have my ring. What do you think? Will it sink? Oh, so far everything is ending up at the bottom of this container of water. All right. I have 2 items left in here, and then I'm going to have to move on to some things on my table, but I don't know if you can see this. This is a little paper clip. This is a bigger paper clip, or a binder clip. So first, let's start with the little paper clip. Will it sink? Or, oh, that went a bit slower, but it's right at the bottom too. So now, I bet you're feeling like you're an expert at this. Will it sink? That one did too. Okay. Well, I was going to have this later on for my morning snack, but might as well put that in here too. This is one of those yummy little oranges, clementine. So let's play with this. Will it sink? Everything I brought with me is at the bottom. Everything I brought with me. Well, I have one more thing. I have another orange. But we already tried it with this orange, and that orange sank, went right to the bottom. Now this one isn't ready to eat yet. It still has its covering on, so I guess I could try it with this one. Let's do this last one. Will it sink? I'm going to put it in. Finally, something didn't sink. This one gets a thumbs down to sinking. Will it sink? No way. I'm going to reach in and take this one out. And actually, I'm so glad that this one didn't sink. It's because of the covering. It's because of this peeling that is on here. It's wrapped around the orange, protecting it. And that protection helped it to stay afloat in this water. You know, when I hold it like this, I think of a song, and I think of a song that we have sung a lot at Hope Centre. And I'm sure many of you watching know this song. It's super simple. It's just, He's got the whole world in His hands. 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 You see, the peeling for the orange is a protection. We take it off when we're going to eat it, but it's protecting. And being reminded that God has the whole world in His hands is also a reminder of a protection that we have, a protection that we can be confident in, a protection that we can trust in, protection that will help us feel peace in the middle of unpeaceful times and can make us feel safe during times where we're worried. Knowing that God has us in His hands is something that I'm hoping brings you a feeling of, and just think about God's hands. See, my hands are very, very small, but God's hands are big and strong and steady. And His hands, I've read about His hands. His hands, in Isaiah it says that He can measure the entire heavens with just His finger. Wow, those are big hands. Also, it says in Isaiah 49 that God says, I have written your name on the palm of my hand. That's where you are. And in Job, we read one of my favorite verses, which says, in His hands is the life of every creature and the breath of all humankind. He's got us all in His almighty, powerful hand. And Jesus had something to say about this too. Jesus referred to people who followed Him as sheep. And He was telling everybody that He is the good shepherd. And once He said to the Pharisees, you know what? Those sheep, they know my voice. And I hold them. And no one can snatch them from my hand. Now, I want us to think about this water. There were lots of things that I put in this water that sank right to the bottom. But this is what I want to represent us, protected and secure. And the protection I want us to think about being God's hands. There are other times where we hear promises such as, when you go through the fire, you won't be burned. And if you go in the water, you won't be drowned, because I am with you. It's a promise from God, I am with you. And if we think about the water being, scary times or hard times or things that we are facing, things that we feel like, oh, maybe that is something where I'm going to sink. That protection, that reality that God has you in His hands is what we need to trust in those moments. And another person from the Bible, Paul, who went through some very scary times, wrote one of my favorite reminders. And so I want us to close with these words. I want us to hear this promise and this reality. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels or demons, the present or the future, or any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, will be able to separate us, will be able to take us out of the hands of God, because of what we have in Jesus Christ our Lord. May we go forward into this day knowing that we are firm, we are secure, and we are protected because we are in the palm of His hand. that's something that we can